Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of a series of videos on Ice-Free Android. I'm TV Raman.
And I'm Charles Chan.
So in this episode we will apply the stroke dialer that we showed you in the last episode to something useful. Android is a smartphone, but it's a phone. So let's see if we can actually use it as a phone. Marvin of course would be very upset if we just made phone calls with it, but rest assured we'll do a lot more eventually. But let's make sure that this thing that you're carrying around because it's your communication device is actually efficient to use as a phone. So what we've done for Marvin is we've written a talking dialer that uses the stroke dialing technique that we just showed you in the previous video. The talking dialer is just a generic Android application that you, if you're an Android user, can launch it just the way you would launch any Android application. If you use the Marvin shell, then we replace the default action that gets performed when you press the call button to invoke the talking dialer. So if you're an Android user, you normally make a phone call by hitting the dial button, and that invokes the dialing application. If you're a Marvin user on Android, pressing the call button basically brings up this application we call the talking dialer. So let's go ahead and press the call button.
Okay. It's up.
Notice that we now have this talking dialer up, and we can dial basically using the stroke technique that we showed you. So let's dial 911. See how easily we can do that.
911.
So that's just a down diagonal, and 2 up diagonals gives you a 911. So we've shown you the center of the keypad wherever you touch is 5 on the previous video. You stroke in the direction of the digit. The one twist here is that below 5 is 8 and below 8 is 0. So to get to a 0 you do a longer stroke. And this is where the haptic feedback that we get with vibration and the auditory tick really helps, because you can actually feel your finger move over past the 8 to get to the 0. So notice that you heard 2 ticks there.
0.
That gets you to the 0. Similarly, you do a sort of a long diagonal for the star and pound, which is pretty obvious. We won't waste time showing that. The interesting thing is, you probably are going to say, well, it's probably a very long time since I dialed a number on my cell phone, because you usually use your contact manager. So dialing numbers is sort of passé on a cell phone, and that is true. So there's more to this talking dialing application than you've seen so far. And in the next episode you will see a contact manager which is integrated with the talking dialer. So if you go ahead and hit the menu button on that Android phone, it actually switches to the phone book, and we'll show you the phone book in the next video. See you later.
Bye.